guys, I'm Jessica Foote, and I wanted to take a few moments to share with you one of my favorite book series of all times. So it is Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi, and it is a series of 6 books and 5 novellas. So it's a big series, but it's so worth it for the characters and the plot that Miss Mafi builds. It's honestly amazing. I would probably recommend this series for grades 7 and 8 because the topics are a bit heavy for 6th graders, but honestly, it's probably fine to read when you're in 6th grade, but check with your parents because I don't want to get you in trouble, okay? So, it's on my hands now. I recommend it for 7th and 8th graders. But I'm gonna try not to give too much away in this book review, but really, I'd say the characters in this book are the best characters I've read, and it takes a lot for me to say that because I've read some really good books. But basically what this is, think of fantasy, it's that. Think of dystopian, it's definitely that. Think of romance, it's also that. So, I'm trying not to give too much away, but basically it does have superpowers, and I know what you're thinking, but it's the cool superpowers, okay? They keep it realistic, even with the superpowers, and that's what I like about this series. And basically, the world doesn't like the superpowers and the people with the superpowers, so they discriminate against them and try to, eradicate them from the face of the earth. And so that is the plot of the first book, and I'd say, yeah, all of the books. And the government is controlling the world, and only the government gets the wealth that they really have, and the rest of the world is in poverty. And only the main characters know that. Everyone else thinks that the government is trying to help the world come back from the poverty that they fell into. And the main character has superpowers, but she's afraid of them because the world has made her afraid of them. And throughout the books, she finds a way to be herself. So I guess it is a little bit of a coming of age story, but the characters are like 17 to 20, and they just didn't get their childhood because they grew up in a dystopian society. The main character has a thought of who she is, but that's not really who she is, and no one knows it, especially her. And she doesn't find out until like book 4, so that is twisty. I was surprised. And as she as she tries to come to power and change the world, it's so hard when she has this thought of who she is until she finds out who she really is. And I'm not gonna say any more because I do not want to give it away. But I'm gonna leave you with that, and I hope you try out this series because the characters really, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like they just changed my brain chemistry or something because I think about those characters all the time. I love their relationships with each other, and honestly, the friendships is more important in the story than any of the romance. And it's an honestly amazing book, and I hope to meet Miss Mafi one day because she's amazing. I thank her so much for making this masterpiece, and I hope you decide to enjoy it. And it's really popular, so you can probably find it at your library, to be honest. So if you're not ready to commit, you can just get it at the library without having to buy it. So I leave you with that, and I hope you decide to read it. So, bye!